Hello, I'm the Dark Master, and welcome back to my LEGO reviews. This time we're reviewing set number 75317, The Mandalorian and the Child Brickheads. It comes with no minifigures and 295 pieces. Since there's no figures in this set, let's go straight into the pieces. And man, are there some good ones. Quite the nice selection. They come in a total of 4 bags and have 2 separate instruction booklets for each. Seems kind of redundant, but I guess it's meant to be like 2 sets in one, 2 brick heads in one, and as such this adds to the illusion, but it does seem to be a waste of paper. Back to the pieces. There is a wealthy selection of plates and tiles and loads of colors. My favorite are those in sand green. So desirable. Sand green. There are a lot of bricks with studs on the sides. There are these 2 odd pieces used for the child's carriage, which are neat, and I'm sure mockists will find all these pieces extremely useful for building utterly complex constructions. For those curious, here's a sense of scale of the brickheads. They don't really work in minifigure scale, except maybe as some sort of ancient monolith Maori-like statue, or maybe a bad modern art display. It's really kind of odd. They just kind of stick out. They don't quite fit in the macro scale, nor do they fit in the micro scale. It's really weird. Anyway, enough with that. Let's talk about the builds. Starting with the Mandalorian, we have as a base a generic black plate, which serves as a stable base for both models. His legs are more detailed than I expected. Both use a mismatched colored toothpiece as knee armor and have unique construction. One has a stud, the other a pair of clips to hold what appear to be lightsaber hilts. Who knows what they are supposed to represent? They're probably bombs of something, but I'm not entirely sure what the proper name would be. Moving up to the torso, we get a lot of more nice details accomplished by numerous small pieces. They give the illusion of a belt and armor. On either side, there are arms that can hold things. The right side is not the best, as it's positioned weird. One thing it can do is hold the other gun, and it also has a unprinted brown slope. The other hand is more useful, having a position that makes it easier to hold both guns. It also has a printed slope piece, though I have to say it's pretty lousy printing. I don't remember there being any bright cyan on The Mandalorian. And I've watched both seasons, so yeah, I think it's kind of weird. Speaking of weapons, he has 2. One is a small blaster with an unusually large thing at the end, likely a silencer. The other's a sniper rifle. Up from that, the helmet is captured extremely well in the brickhead forms, and 2 prints help to achieve the front look. Internally, there are some really good building techniques that I sadly can't show off, and sadly it's very blocky, especially when looked at from certain angles from the side. Also, my set came with some discolored pieces, which is probably not a problem for the average person, but it is noticeable. Going to the back, we see some nice shaping with numerous pieces building the cape, which is quite hard to do, especially with bricks, as capes tend to be very smooth. There is a holder for the weapons. Sadly, the back of the helmet is not quite that good. The grates are just kind of off. There's also these exposed studs at the top, which is odd because you think they'd be able to fix that really easily with just one more 2x1 plate piece. Now let's go to the child, which is actually two builds in one, but we'll get to that in a bit. The base is the same as the Mandalorian, but to simulate hovering, there are a pair of translucent clear cylinders on the base. And can I say that it's better illustrates this hovering than the last set I reviewed, Maul Sith Infiltrator? It's probably because these pieces are overall much larger in proportion, and they really give off the illusion that it's floating. Back on topic, going up, we see the carriage device the child uses. It's mostly white and keto orange. The front and overall shape is very spherical, thanks to a lot of slopes. It all looks really good. I also really like the side circles, which use plate pieces that are interestingly shaped. Overall, the design of the cartridge is good. It is here that we see that in fact the build is 2 in 1. One is the child, the other is the carriage. Let's finish with the chair before going on to the adorable baby. The interior is brown and represents a soft interior well. Overall, the chair is fine for what it's meant to be, though I have to admit it is kind of forgettable in terms of design. The child himself is extremely adorable and perfectly captures the child's essence. The eyes are extremely interesting prints. Plus, the unique collar bill is intriguing as it's not a perfect circle. It's a little off. And that captures the character of the child very well. I do know that the eye prints are in other sets, but they fit best here because this is meant to be a child. The little green clips are adorable hands. Plus, you can change the slope pieces on the child's sides of its head, which represent ears, and thus you can make his emotions seem completely different by merely minorly altering some of those pieces. It's really good. The only flaw is that there's a tan piece that is exposed on either side. Shame it's visible. I think they could have easily replaced that with a darker color and it wouldn't have been at all seen. Overall, it's a guild build for the kids and can be enjoyed, but as an overall set, in my opinion, I'm not really a fan of it. Licensed sets have far over swamped Lego as a whole, and Brickheads are just a slightly more complicated Funko Pop figure. Combine these two aspects and you get something I'd never buy. I was given this set as a gift, so I would normally be kind to sets I get as a gift, but no, this is a terrible set. There are positives I mentioned earlier, but I just can't stand it. It's really kind of creepy looking, and I just don't like the set as a whole. I would suggest that you don't buy it and save your money for a Monkey Kid or Ninjago set. Those are far more enjoyable and they have more play features. Anyway, I am the Dark Master, and join me next time on my LEGO reviews. Have a good day.